All right. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. It's me, London, back here with another video. Today, we got some exciting news. Apparently, Playboi Carti might be coming out with the album. We don't know yet. Midnight tonight, I will be streaming it, so please check out my Twitch channel at LXNDXN1. Same thing as music channel, just add a 1 at the end. You know what it is. And we got some news that Kendrick might be on the album. I don't know. I can't trust it. I just don't know. I do not know. We got a lot of other features on there. We got Future, Travis Scott, Young Thug, and a couple other people that I cannot name off the top of my head. I heard that we might get an XXXTentacion song with Playboi Carti, which is kind of crazy to think about. I'm surprised he still has stuff that they can churn out from his from whatever he's got left in the vault, because they've been milking that man's name for the longest time. So same thing with Juice WRLD, but I'm surprised. But today we got Fantastic Hip Hop with a new video on how Kendrick Lamar is going to change hip hop all over again. If he's on this album, I'll be very surprised. I'll be highly surprised. And hopefully the album does come out. I'm hoping, but you know, Playboi Carti and his label, we don't know. We never know. It could just be all a sham. Who knows? Let's go.
Kendrick Lamar is about to push that button in hip-hop that nobody else besides him can. Because now, after waiting for so long, and Playboi Carti finally holding up to his word and dropping his new album, I Am Music, his rollout has managed to get more insane than we could have ever imagined, because it is official at this point that Kendrick Lamar is confirmed to be a featured guest on this record.
We don't know that. You don't get your hopes up, people. Do not get your hopes up. I will be staying up until 12, but I will not be upset. Shit, I will not be upset if it doesn't come out.
And with this, what is already clear from the rumblings in the industry, and even from people on Drake's side of things like Ak, who are clearly scared about what Kendrick's about to unleash on the rap game, that overall what we are about to see as hip-hop fans is going to be one of the most special moments that we ever get to witness. But now, before we go any further into all of this, and really find out just how much hip-hop is about to shift with this new record, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And so now, when it comes to the first brand new song from Kendrick Lamar that we are about to hear this year, as this is the first record we are going to get from him since the Super Bowl, first off, in terms of the eyes and attention that is going to be around this song as a whole, the stakes could never be higher. And with Carti's I Am Music album already being one of the most anticipated hip-hop records in so long, this is just making this moment really have all of the framework that it possibly needs to be one of the biggest hip-hop moments we have seen in so long. And
that's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy if he actually is on the album. I'm not going to lie. That's really going to like turn him up even more than what he has already, because you know, Carti and Drake have been very close. Well, not as close as you would think, but they've done a song together. I don't know if they've done any more of the songs together. I only think they only did that one on Dark Lane demo tapes, whatever it was called, that Drake came out with. That's the only song I know that they did together. I don't know if there's any more. If anybody else has any other songs that they have done together, just let me know down in the comments. But this really gonna, I don't know. It's like opposites. Two opposite people like actually doing the collab together. Who would send me a message on Discord? Let's keep going.
And considering what Kendrick Lamar's run has already looked like, that is of course saying a lot. And so now, when it comes to just how we have found out that this is all happening, first off, some people, including myself, got a suspicion that a genre-altering feature was going to be alongside Carti on a song on I Am Music, as when Ak, who for reference has been speaking to Carti for hours and getting previewed a ton of new material and music from this album, which with all of the stuff that Carti has been playing him, he has ended up hearing collabs between him and artists like Justin Bieber. Overall, Ak heard the album, and he confirmed that all the A-listers that you would expect are on this thing, like The Weeknd, Travis Scott, Future, and the rest of the—
And Uzi, I forgot about that. Him and Uzi finally getting the song together after so long. About time. Shout out to them too.
Those typical names, but he did say that there was one feature that was so crazy that he could not even reveal it, and I am sure that based on where Ak stands, Carti made sure that he did not tell who it was, but just based on the nature of how Ak was hiding this, it is clear in a way that this song either had to be with Kendrick Lamar or Drake, because if you're announcing all of those other names, you would only have to hide info if it's involving the two faces of the respective sides of hip-hop right now as a whole. But now, beyond this, after what Ak did, it was actually Kirko who ended up putting it officially officially out there, that Kendrick Lamar was actually going to be a featured artist on this record. And now, while this may not have been enough on its own to confirm this, although they also were the ones who first told us this album was actually going to drop in this time, which shows that they do have inside information in the industry from good sources, after everyone started going crazy about the prospect of hearing Kendrick Lamar and Carti on a track together, because it really is just so surreal, and I think everyone can agree on that no matter where you stand. As Ak was sitting around and talking everything Carti at the moment, when he saw Kirko post this, he said that they have official sources and that yes, this was the feature he was talking about.
Well, if that is the case, that is insane. That is crazy. That's wild. I wonder what it has to be, a sample based beat. I don't know if he's gonna be rapping on no rage beat with Carti. I'm gonna be honest with you. But according to academics, he has rage beats. He has all sorts of different sounds on this album. He said at least 20 songs. So that's going to be a very long album to react to, definitely tonight at 12 o'clock. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to go to bed by 3. I got to get up for work by 6. You know what I'm saying? But damn, that's a lot of songs to get through. But it has to be a sample-based, like soulful sample type of track, because academics say Carti is going to have all sorts of different sounds on the album. So I'm excited to hear it, if it's real, if it actually drops. You know what I'm saying? But hey, let's get into it. Let's keep going.
And the best part is, Ak really seems like he did not want to put hip-hop back into this place where Kendrick Lamar is still at the center of conversation, even when we are talking about Playboi Carti's new album. Because clearly, you can see that Ak said with so much regret to everybody, that after being faced with all of this, he can fully confirm that Kendrick Lamar is going to be talking a lot on this record. And again, if Ak is dreading this song releasing, it indirectly tells us that for Drake and everyone else who stands on the losing side in rap music, that whatever this record ends up doing cannot turn out well for them. And now,
y'all think he's going to be talking about Drake in this verse? There's no way he's going to still be talking about Drake. He might just be rapping. I don't think he's going to be talking about Drake. I think that's done, man. I honestly think it's done. It has to be. There's no way he's still going after Drake. I mean, it is what it is if he is, because, you know, hey, at this point, it's fuck him. He's not gonna apologize for anything he's done. He's not gonna try and be cool with them. He set down GNX in the first song, Wiped Out Murals. He's gonna take him to hell with him. You know what I'm saying? So fuck it. You know, it is what it is. He's gonna do what he do. He might do it though. He might do it.
Now, while this collaboration is very surprising and on paper could seem like it doesn't make sense, and really I don't think any of us know how it's gonna sound. First off, this has been a rumor going around for quite some time that Kendrick and Carti may have linked up and that they did work on a new record and maybe even a music video. But just looking at where the industry is at as a whole, again, Kendrick Lamar has made it his mission and has now accepted the role as the full-on active leader of not just hip-hop as an art form, but in terms of being the face of it to the entire music industry, and to not just hold his spot but keep on growing the genre, which he has done. Stepping out and doing things that nobody ever expected is exactly how you do that. And I mean, even all throughout GNX and on major records like Squabble Up and TV Off, Kendrick did tell us that he was going to keep pressing his foot down on everything and that he was only going to continue to keep pushing this run, that he is going to greater and greater heights. And at this rate, it's not going to stop anytime soon. Because already, despite Kendrick having 3 songs that can seem to leave the top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 with Luther, Not Like Us, and TV Off, and he also has other records that are not too far behind that. What Kendrick Lamar is now doing is adding another song to his current run that doesn't just have potential to go #1, and I am sure it will, because you could not even think of a better track in terms of the hype and stars associated with it. But really beyond that,
can you imagine how much more popular Playboi Carti could get off this verse? As if he's not popular enough, especially at Rolling Loud. They consider him the king of Rolling Loud now, which is absolutely insane to think about, considering he hasn't been around as long as Rolling Loud's been around. So shout out to Playboi Carti, bro. He makes the right moves. Even though it took you 5 years to come out with an album, you made the right move so far. I don't know how you'd be able to do it, but it is what it is, bro. You're like the you're the Kendrick Lamar of this whole rage underground sounding type scene. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you made your own lane. And I don't even know if would you even consider him hip hop anymore at this point. He's just music. Just like his album title is gonna be, I Am Music. He is just music at this point.
The numbers, based on everything we are seeing in terms of the impact this track can have, It could be another like that type moment where, based on the way everything is going in hip hop, it'll really end up starting an entire new chapter and phase to Kendrick Lamar's entire career and the genre as a whole. And also, making this collaboration make a little more sense, Kendrick Lamar and Playboi Carti are also signed to the same label as both PG Lang and TDE, and everything Carti has going on are all under Interscope Records. Which again, both in terms of being able to make this song and have it amplify everything going on, just makes the reality of this record coming together make even more sense and adds more context to why this is really such a major moment for not just hip hop as a culture, but the entire music industry, and we will end up seeing it like that going forward. And now, while people like Axe seem to be terrified of this record and everyone else just can't even begin to predict what this song is going to sound like, with all of the buildup, it is going to be so interesting to see what this record and this entire album from Carti ends up representing. Because just with the parallels of having Travis Scott, The Weeknd, Future, Metro Boomin, Mike Dean, and who knows who else on this record, it does seem to have a lot of parallels to We Don't Trust You, especially now knowing that the music is going to be taken to an entire new stratosphere with Kendrick Lamar on a track. And while of course Playboi Carti is not the type of rapper that even Future is, in terms of the fact that despite not being the most lyrical of guys, he can still put a lot of sneak disses in his bars like we saw on that album.
Absolutely.
It will be very interesting to see the message that this record sends out to the music world, especially because not all of its collaborators.
I don't think Playboi Carti is dissing Drake though. I don't know. That's kind of crazy to think about if he does do something like that. I don't know if Future gonna diss Drake as well on this album. I think Future's gonna be talking his little shit like he usually does, talking that cool shit. But other than that, I don't think he's gonna be dissing Drake. I think that whole thing between him and Future are done. I don't know what their status is like between each other. I'm pretty sure it's still not on good terms. I don't know. I'm not really into their whole relationship type of thing. But other than that, I don't think Carti's gonna be dissing. I don't think Future's gonna be dissing. I don't think anybody else is gonna be dissing. But if Kendrick disses, still, hey. He's just him. I mean, at this point, Kendrick hates this motherfucker. That's all I can say. He just hates him. So, look, I understand. I get the whole sentiment. I hate a couple people too myself. And I will remind them every time, I don't like you. So I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Fuck it. I don't blame him.
Seem to be on board with Kendrick Lamar and what he is doing, and matter of fact, some clearly aligned with Drake. And I mean, with this entire rollout and launch of I Am Music, it is going to end up being the biggest album release of the year so far, and I am sure in terms of both the sales numbers and streaming. And on top of that, now with Kendrick on it especially, this album's performance is going to end up embarrassing everything that Drake's SSS For You has tried to pass off as a successful record release. And ultimately, with that record already losing so much positioning on the charts that GNX is outperforming it after being out for months and having half the track list size, after this record drops and it's expected to be 25 songs, things are going to look much worse for it overall. Because even in terms of just having chart-topping records, after Drake's Nokia song has been struggling to try and stay around the top 10 and can't even compete with Kendrick Lamar's established hits that have been out for quite some time, with all these new Carti tracks from The Weeknd, Travis Scott, and of course whatever is going to go down with Kendrick Lamar, Drake is just going to fall off more than we have ever seen. And overall, I Am Music is going to solidify the failure of Drake's latest album just by existing in comparison to all of this. And so really, when we put all of this into perspective, just with the stakes of this record and everything it's about to represent, I don't think there could be a more interesting album that could drop in rap right now if you tried. Because really, with the current landscape of everything, between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, the Super Bowl and its aftermath, Drake's downfall, and then everything that has been going on with Carti, which is its whole own story, as it stands, this album feels like symbolically the impact it has is going to work like a successor to We Don't Trust You, as we are to some level seeing where everything on that album has ended up almost a year later. And I mean, with all of this happening, all while Carti is delivering a record which, based on the music alone, was already so anticipated, I Am Music really has the potential to be one of the biggest records we have seen in so long. But over everything else, what is so clear is that when this Kendrick Lamar song drops and it starts off whatever DJ Academics is so scared for everyone to hear, hip-hop is about to change all over again, and because of this, we really could not be in a more exciting moment. Absolutely. And so now with all this said, let me know, what do you think?
Living in the best times of hip-hop right now. No lie. We are getting a good resurgence of hip-hop right now. I know it's been kind of in the, I'm not saying dead in the water in the past couple of years, but these past couple of years, except for last year, because we got a lot of good releases last year with J-Pit Mafia, Denzel Curry, and all of them. But, it just, you get them big drops every now and then, but recently, it's been going very well. It's been going very well, and it's been putting hip-hop right back on the map. Right back on the boards, the billboards, and all that. So, Shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to Carti if Kendrick is on the album. Shout out to Carti if the album actually drops tonight. Please drop tonight so I don't waste my time staying up until 12 o'clock to stream this. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And don't forget to catch me on my stream at twitch.tv/LXNDXN1. Now, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.